Hi YouTube, this is Andy from All Things Mini, episode... Again, I don't know. Oh dear me, this isn't good, is it? And this is a quick video on sort of common ailments that you might yourself find for when you're doing your painting and what else have you. As you can see, I have, I'm slowing down. If I turn around here, the main thing is I'm trying to get sorted are my sort of the last two big ships, is the two main ships in the Dreadfleet box set, which of course if you do not know what Dreadfleet is, you're not going to be ostracised for it, because it's a pretty decent game from Games Workshop. It was hellishly expensive, like most Games Workshop prices, but it was I found out about a year later that it was a what do you call it, a limited edition game. So I wanted to get it. It's a good game, as you know. I've been painting this for a little while. One of my tutorials on the red sails of the Hammer boat or whatever it is, or ship. And so I'm now facing my final week of painting for about a year. It's going to be pretty hard because, as you may or may not know, I subscribe to a lot of people like Warhammer Joey, like Wargamers Consortium, Awesome Paint Job, Blue Table Painting. I think there's an awful lot of people I subscribe to, and they do have very good sort of painting videos and stuff like that. And it's going to make me want to get back to painting, but I'm going to take all my stuff back down to my where my mother and grandfather live, back down in Plymouth. Because as you may or may not know, I'm in Kent, so there's going to be about about 3 or 4 maybe counties, about 4 hours worth of journeying time between me and my painting stuff, so I can focus all my attentions on my PhD. So yes, my final year of my PhD, due to start very, very soon, almost practically started already, so I've got to make sure I get stuff done. Also, I've got a paper to almost finish and publish by the end of summer, and then I've got a presentation to give to a conference in Madrid known as EPSC 2012. So I've got, my time is sort of now becoming really, really squashed. Having the Olympics on, again, is a very good thing to waste your time as well, and I've been trying to watch that and then get back into do my final week's worth of painting. So anyway, apart from that, what am I talking about today? It's common ailments. Now, hopefully you might be able to see my hands shaking. Hopefully it might be in focus. I'm not putting that on, by the way. I'm getting hungry, and I've said in a previous video that when I sort of, if I get hungry, I start to shake. And of course, if you're trying to do anything detailed on your models, when you're shaking, you are not going to be doing anything detailed. Airbrushing, yeah, that's about as good as you can go, or base colour work, that's as basic as you go. But these are sort of things that I found that have been a cause of it. The biggest cause, of course, is lack of energy, and therefore you need nutrition. You don't want sugar rushes and stuff like that unless you've worked that way. But if you are hungry, you will shake. Your body starts lacking the nutrition. Your muscles have to work a little bit harder. I'm not a biologist. I'm an astrophysicist, so I'm going on from what I can gather from years ago, from when I did biology. So yes, lack of nutrition and food and stuff like that. Every time I get towards like a meal time, my hands start shaking. Then I have to put down the paintbrush, and then get to work, get to eat, and then get to work on these models. The next thing that I found that can have an effect is maybe eating too much. It sounds odd, but after a Sunday, if you've had a nice big roast, or you've eaten a lot of food, you get a bit tired and lethargy sets in. Not the Warhammer Joey lethargy that we discussed previously. It's just a natural sort of, as your body's then processing the food, you sort of, I can't be bothered to pick up a paintbrush. That can affect it. I suppose there are other sort of meal issues. I mean, you're more than welcome to put a comment down below. That would be great if you've got any others that you've been affected by that you might be able to share with people, or a video response that you might be able to share with people. That would be absolutely fantastic. Yes, ailments, not ailments, factors which affect your painting, shall we say. Another thing I have found, and many of you most likely agree, sex is a very strange thing. Not in itself, but sex can really, affect your performance in day-to-day business and stuff like that. Many hours after you've had the delightful night before, shall we say. I remember when I was learning to drive, my instructor, my teacher for driving, I had just one bad day, which nothing would go right, and he said to me, "Did you spend some time with a girlfriend or whatever?" And I sort of stupidly said, "Well, yes," and basically said, that's a normal effect. It will affect you because your brain is full of different types of what's it called again? The messaging chemicals. I can't remember what they are now. Hormones. That's it. Yeah, different types of hormones and stuff like that, and your body's sort of jittery and what else have you, and you're on a high, basically, hormone-wise, I suppose. Again, not a biologist. So that will have definitely an effect. So keep off the job if you've got a big painting competition, if you can or cannot. So you've got those kind of problems, things that affect. Stress is also a bad thing if you are stressed out. Some people love to do painting when they're stressed, because it helps de-stress you. Everybody's different in this world, and you might be one of those people that you find that if you're stressed, nothing goes right for you and you've just got to calm yourself down and just walk away. Some people, if you're stressed, you just want to relax and do some nice painting, then that's fantastic, but stress can also have that effect. So there are many different kinds of factors which can affect your painting, that I have found anyway, shall I say. Lack of light, that's another effect, real major affecting thing. Actually, well, you might not be able to see, but of course I've got this normal light there, but it's not a brilliant light bulb since they've made a conscious move for energy saving, so I've got to try and be able to find a proper one that will fit that thing. That's why I use halogens and what else have you. Also, there was one time when I would just use my my light from on the ceiling. That was ridiculous. That was awful to consider. So lighting also, your local environment has an effect. So anyway, I'm most likely just babbling on, but this is a quick video, I hope, on sort of little factors which could affect. So you've got nutrition, you've got external factors, you've got your environmental factors, and that's before you've even picked up an airbrush or a brush in itself. So anyway, people of YouTube, thanks for listening. Like if you like, subscribe if you want to, and I shall catch you later.